Hello, it's AdorableLiz77 and today I'm going to be doing a review on the L'Oreal True Match Foundation. Now, I have the shade Natural Beige W4 and I'm going to tell you what I think of this foundation. First off, packaging wise, I like that it comes in a glass tube. I really do like that. It makes it feel like it's more luxurious. The one thing I really don't like about the packaging is the lack of a pump. There is no pump, so it is very easy to contaminate your foundation. It would just be more hygienic if it had a pump. That would make me like this foundation even more. This foundation has SPF 17, which is really great if you don't have a moisturizer that has SPF in it already. So it does give you some sun protection. Another thing I've noticed with this foundation is the consistency. I wouldn't necessarily say this is super runny, but it is kind of on the thicker side, but it is still a little bit runny. And it does have a slight shimmer particle that does catch the sunlight, but honestly I'm willing to forgive that just because the coverage, how this photographs so well, I mean phenomenally. I would totally recommend this for people who are on a budget, who are going to have their picture taken for their wedding day. It just photographs superbly. I use this all the time in my lookbooks and it just makes my skin look flawless. I see the coverage on this is medium to buildable. I haven't noticed cake face. My favorite way of applying it is with a stippling brush. And this does have a satin finish, but once you apply it with the stippling brush, I feel like it gives more of a little bit of a dewier finish. You could also use a sponge. This is the sponge from the Real Techniques. And that'll give you a lighter coverage if you feel like the coverage is just too high or you want to sheer it out. I say lasting power on this is pretty decent. I do notice that it's down on my nose and T-zone area. Eventually, midday, I say it breaks down quicker now just because my skin type has switched to oily. I mostly wore this when I had combination skin, and I've noticed that when I wear this when my face is oilier, I feel like this has oxidized on me, meaning it's gotten darker. But honestly, that has worked out for me because when I wore it, it was summertime. So of course, I'm slightly darker. So that really didn't bother me, and I didn't feel like I looked like a Oompa Loompa, which is great, so it didn't turn orange on my skin. Price-wise, I say this is really affordable. I think this is a little bit more towards the higher range of the drugstore. Overall, I think the quality is really great, and the color selection on this line is just amazing. If you're looking for a foundation in the drugstore that has cool, neutral, and warm undertones, this foundation is it. And just has an amazing range of color and selection, and I feel like a majority of people are going to be able to find their color or a color similar to them. Of course, if you're super pale, you might have a hard time, and again, if you're super dark, you might have a hard time. but there is quite the selection of color in this range. It's just amazing. There's 1 fluid ounce, so 30 mils in this container. Another quick thing I wanted to mention really quick is that this foundation is not cruelty-free. If that is a problem for you, I wouldn't buy it. I would give this foundation out of 10 a solid 7. And a side note, some of you may say that L'Oreal is cruelty-free now, but to be honest, they still do animal testing in China. If you go look on their page, they clearly state that if it's required by law or for health reasons that they do animal test, especially because they sell in China. So I don't consider them 100% cruelty-free, and I'm not going to recommend them as cruelty-free. Now, it's clearly up to you whether you want to buy them based on that. You pretty much are your own person, you have your own opinions and your own beliefs, and I'm not going to force them on you. And obviously, I have bought this, I've purchased this, so I'm not going to sit there and say anything of the sort about anyone who does buy products that aren't cruelty-free, because it's whatever you want. I'm just stating this for people who do want to buy 100% cruelty-free products. So yeah, I hope that you found this review on this foundation informative. I'm sorry that I'm not wearing the foundation. My skin is being very problematic, and it's just too hot right now for me to wear this type of foundation. Definitely one of the very good quality drugstore foundations, especially those for you that are on a budget. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, and bye!